with you, Naruto.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present second round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo set to bring you all of the action for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. And Frank, what can the players expect from Wolf Creek?
Just a mesmerizing layout, Rich. You can see that from above. Straight driving is imperative out there today. You actually don't have to hit the ball a long way. The elevation on those tees is going to give you that extra distance on almost every shot. You can even take driver out of play on some of the holes. But really it's about being in the right position first on those tee shots that you're going to hit today. There's something about a well-hit shot.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help him.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. So Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Ready to tee off here at the second hole. Quite a view from up here, Frank.
Once again, big elevated tee. It's hard to have a tee that high up, but that'll shorten that 445 yards. Obviously, it's a dog leg left. You've got to be careful if you hit driver and two straight, because then you can run out. A nice tee shot in the middle there, and then you've got a relatively straight shot into this sort of par 4 green, obviously going a little bit back up the hill. And once again, a little bit like that opening hole, sort of different tiers on that green. Try and make sure that you're on the right one. Should be safely on deck.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Frank, 227 yards from the back tee here at the par 3 third. This is all you want.
Oh, that's for sure. Plays a little longer than that too by virtue of playing uphill. Thin air might negate some of that. There's going to be a good shot just to keep the ball on the green. One of the smaller greens here. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie.
That's what I do. Don't think, just hit.
Back to the tee here at Wolf Creek. A lot of sand along the right side of this fairway leading up to the green, Frank.
Yeah, I can't even count how many bunkers they got down that right side. It's easy to see where not to go. So obviously you want to get that ball up on that left side. And then really it's just a short pitch across. Yeah, this hole's only 383 yards. And when you can really play its distance. But of course you've got to be careful. It's not long, but fairway first once again here. You can see all the problems around there if you do miss this fairway.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Wow, I didn't expect that. Nudge this one home, finish it up. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. How about this hole, Frank? Par 5, fifth.
If you stand on this tee for the first time, you've got virtually no idea where you've got to aim. Do you aim it left of those bunkers? Do you aim it over the sort of the canyon? Really, it's gone for a little extra.
Kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing. Smoked that one.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. We're in the desert, partner. I need water.
You're going to get it here, Rich. Par 5 second hole's got a nice stream that runs down the left side, as well as cutting the fairway. There's a crop of some 3 bunkers down that right side. I want to avoid that, but, Rich, this hole isn't too long. Under 500 yards, not even going to play that long. So very reachable.
That's in the fairway. Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really, you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Good chance at one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and it's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and it's going to make that second shot that much harder.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. There's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, the 8th here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada is really the signature par 3, isn't it?
I'd go so far, Rich, to say this is a great par 3. Doesn't matter where it was played, the stream that sort of comes all the way down there and surrounds the left side of this green makes this hole really daunting. Logic would say if you're going to miss this green, obviously you'd miss it to the right, but it's just a beautiful hole. And then you put the fact that the canyon frames the whole hole itself. It's beautiful.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. And getting ready for the putt. Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
And the scorecard reflects yet another birdie.
Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunk on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
310 yards and straight, you can win with that. Frank, as we look at the approach here at the ninth, what do you think the best play is?
Well, unless you've laid up off the tee, Rich, you're only going to have a short shot into this green. You don't have to loft it too high. You can use the full length of the green. So something coming in a little bit lower and bouncing towards the flag is probably the best play.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today. Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. Just a beautiful approach shot. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Solid par. Frank, another really rugged hole. This is the par 3 11th here at Wolf Creek.
Rich, remember that book, Dead Solid Perfect? This is what this hole's all about, because you must hit that tee shot solid. You've got to carry all the trouble in front of you. And remind yourself, too, there's enough green grass down there. Not necessarily green, but green grass around there. A good shot safely on the putting surface here. And this green's not too severe. But this is a fun par 3 just to look at, or even at least experience.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the par 5 12th, pretty big hole with a really big green.
And a really good blue area to the left, called water there. That's to be avoided off this tee, that's for sure. A good drive that avoids all of that. And then the hole is certainly reachable, but as you can see, water creeps in again, back right on this hole. So just don't get too cavalier here. A 5 wouldn't be the worst score. I know you want better, but believe me, seen many a 6s and 7s racked up here at 12.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, golf shoes might not be good enough here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada. You might need your hiking boots here because there are so many elevated tees.
Well, fortunately, we don't have to rappel down the mountains or the hills here, but there are billy goats around here as well, so be careful. If you stray, you might just give it a new try.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Great effort, a little too strong. It didn't take the break.
He's got a birdie chance now coming back. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it.
Dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what? I'm going to take this one over the mountains.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert, that's for sure. And one hole that you think, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. You can't leave an eagle putt short.
Now listen, anytime I left it short, I didn't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you left it short.
All right, I won't say anything. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
So just a formality here. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
Well, it's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. And it plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Good putt. Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down on those bunkers because they're, well, a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, he doesn't go aiming at the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
Settles in over the putt. has it. Good putt right there. Now to the 16th hole as we get set for the finishing stretch. And Frank, what's the best way to play this relatively short par 4?
Somehow you've got to straighten the hole up in your mind's eye, Rich. Just look all the way across that canyon and look like the hole was built straight, because really that's the way it should be played. If you start looking left and turning it into a dogleg, then all of a sudden bad things can happen. So look straight at the green. That's your line. Just try and bisect those 2 fairways.
Frank, playing downhill, you always want to take less club. Go ahead and hit the ball a little harder. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. See if you can go one better than yesterday when you made par. It's putt for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the 17th, par 5 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club.
Yeah, dogleg left. Tee shot obviously has to be played short of that creek down there. It's still going to be a reachable hole, even though this hole's sort of around the 550, 560 mark. But because you've got to play short of that stream, it's going to leave a lengthy second shot, and you've got to get the distance right on the button.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole.
Second shot.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that quick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. And I guess you're allowed that in this game. It's that sneaky distance.
Don't leave it short. Wow. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307 yards. Frank, where's the trouble here?
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but you know, that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really, a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not.
This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Shouldn't be a problem here. And that's a birdie.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.
CBT Naruto over and out. Also, today's October 31st, 2019. George Type Holly Wayne. And shout out to the Washington Nationals winning the 2019 World Series, just like I said they would. It was Game 7 yesterday, on October 30th, 2019. It went into the day, though, on October 31st, 2019. It was such a long game, but yeah, they won. And it was amazing, exciting, and pretty fresh, just like I said it would be. So, shout out to the Washington Nationals winning the 2019 World Series. It's Game 7 versus Houston Nationals at Houston, in Houston, however you want to say. And it's the Washington Nationals' first time winning ever in franchise history. So yeah, that's amazing. And they said the Washington Nationals are the first team to win all 4 of the games to win the World Series on the road. So that's amazing too. I think they said that happened the first time in any of the team sports: basketball, football, hockey, baseball, all that. So that's amazing too. It's just amazing all around. So yeah, shout out to the Washington Nationals. Congratulations to them winning the 2019 World Series, just like I said they would. And it's amazing. Yeah, shout out to Washington DC. Shout out to Washington DC Nationals winning the 2019 World Series. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Washington DC Nationals winning the 2019 World Series. Alright, CBT Naruto over and out.